Alright everybody, welcome back to another Xvault gaming video. Xvault here, and today I was going to do a stream, but some news that was prevalent I thought needed to be shared. So here we are doing a news commentary video today. So what in regards, as you can tell via the thumbnail once again, is that we get a new update coming for the PS5. This is a big one, this is a major one. However, there's a little bit of a caveat to it, and there's some nuances to this. And in regards to the new storage capacity and the types of storage we're going to be utilizing. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump to it. Alright, so what I'm going to do here is go over specialized information given via an article through IGN.com. And this is going to go over what that new update will encapsulate. So Sony has announced that the M.2 SSD support will finally be added to the PlayStation 5 in an upcoming system software update for beta users. The news was revealed on a new PS5 support page. So, Sony has finally offered further clarification over which M.2 SSD drives can and can't be used in conjunction with the console. As expected, it must be a PCIe Gen 4 NVMe drive, and Sony recommends a read speed of 5,500 megabits per second or faster. Both single and double-sided drives are supported. The specifications note that 25mm wide drives are not supported, so be sure to purchase a M.2 drive that is 22mm wide. To be sure you have the right size, look at their M.2 drivers labeled as 2230, 2242, 2260, 2280, or 22110. However, Sony warns that it cannot guarantee that all M.2 drives meeting the specifications will work with the PS5. So in quotes, the majority of the M.2 SSD drives with the above type numbers, the ones I gave just previously, and without a built-in cooling structure will fit the PS5 console's SSD slot. It does note to pay careful attention to the size of the heatsink though, provided the overall size of the M.2 drive is smaller than the tolerances of the 110mm by 25mm by 11.25mm, it should fit fine. Sony says that compatible SSDs can range from 250 gigabits to 4 terabytes, so users will have a plethora to choose from in terms of capacity. A full range of the M.2 SSD requirements as well as installation instructions can be found on the support page. So what I would recommend is you going over to IGN or PlayStation and really getting the nitty-gritty of the details if you do plan to do this. Now, the other caveat is this is only for the beta, so those that have been chosen for the beta will be having this update possible, which will unlock the specified user to be able to use that supported M.2 SSD. So we do have to wait on that. Now there's rumor, I haven't clarified myself, so if anybody out there has found out different, it is rumored that this might be a 5-month long beta process. So that doesn't necessarily surprise me. Everything's being pushed back because of the whole pandemic stuff. Not only games, but hardware and manufacturing and patches and this and that. So with that said, ultimately, you're probably going to have to wait a while if you're not chosen for this beta before you can even utilize this storage device for the extra storage, which I know most of us are needing to do. I even ran out of room because it's just nice to have a few games on there. Even if I'm not touching them right away, it's nice to have a couple of them on there that I know I'm going to touch in the following month and I don't have to worry about reinstalling. Personally, I don't think I would need more than 2 terabytes. And I could probably really get away with 1 terabyte at this time because, again, I don't need a crud ton of games on that storage, myself. But another thing to keep in mind here, these are going to be very expensive. They are going to be upwards of anywhere for the 500 gigs. They're going to be down to about, the low hundreds. But if you get up to the 4 terabyte that you're looking at, which is the Fire CUDA, those are the ones for sure that will work via the thumbnail that I do have, so check into those and also check your other resources. But if you get up to 4 terabytes for the Fire CUDA that I was testing and looking at on Amazon.com, that is upwards of almost $1,000. that is very expensive. So unless you have some throwaway money and some deep pockets, you're probably not going to get the 4 terabytes, nor should you, unless you are just a fiend at needing to have a ton of games on your hard drive or your storage space at once. That's totally up to you, to each their own there. But I think we can most get away with 1 to 2 terabits the most, which is still going to be around $500 possibly. So keep an eye out for those prices. See if any of the prices come down, if manufacturing comes up, and if we have other manufacturers out there aside from FireCuda that will be able to offer some sort of support and third-party services there as well. So don't get too worked up about it yet. However, I did verify through some PC users today that yes, these are the same type of SSDs that do work for of the higher tier PCs out there. So this is typical for the price to upgrade or change out the storage with the SSDs, like the FireCuda here. Those do cost that much. This isn't like an abhorrent amount or you're trying to be extortionized, I guess I would say. So I know that's a high ask, and I can still make 500 gigabits work, believe it or not. I know those of you that play Call of Duty Warzone, that's probably a little harder to chew with only 500 gigabits because their patches and updates and this and that and the other are very, very extravagant, I guess I would say, to put it nicely. But they're very large, they're very big boyish, right? So yeah, there's a lot of options here, but that's good news. At least it's going to be unlocked, and 5 months from now, we're looking early in the next year that this should be available for everybody, and hopefully sooner, so we could at least have the option to get those upgrades. But at the same time, I'm not too hurt. I'm not part of this beta yet, or else I've tested out, checked some things out, let you all know. But I do have my eye on it. I'll keep my eye on the prices to see hopefully that also kind of drops a little bit. Again, definitely don't get yourself too worked up thinking you need to save up $500 to $1,000. What games do you really utilize, and what can you constantly switch out? And really, the games download pretty quickly overall. I've noticed as well, whether it's a PS4 game or a PS5 game, you get that downloaded. It doesn't take too long. I know it's a pain, but it's not like you have to set it for overnight downloading. Again, Call of Duty Warzone or something like that might be a little bit of a different story, but overall, a lot of the games that I have been playing, it's not too hard to re-download and make some space. It really has been working, and because of the Kraken compression system that is utilized in the PS5, those file sizes are lower than most, especially across other platforms, whether it be PC or Xbox. So you do save a little bit of file size that way as well. So just kind of wanted to share that information with you there. Not only will this update in the beta unlock that SSD storage, but you're going to have some refined user face, refined trophy interface as well, how that will be utilized and within the games itself. So hopefully that'll help out a lot. The game base, the voice chat base, all that stuff. So a lot of good things in this next update. It's going to be really, really big, and I think they're going to be testing a lot of stuff out, of course. I signed up to be part of the beta program some time ago, but again, I haven't received an email or anything to be signed up for this yet. If that changes, I'll certainly let you know so I can give you my first hands-on impressions, but I just wanted to let everybody know at least good news is on the way. It's not broken. We are going to have that SSD slots utilized, so hopefully before too long we can do that and reprieve that. Again, a little spendy, but overall $500 for a system that is very comparable to a higher tier PC with what you can get, how long this thing lasts, and then if you're utilizing the same type of fast speed for this, it makes sense. So I know we don't all like the price, but that's just kind of how it goes sometimes. But it's not extortionate, like I said. We're not being raked over the coals, I don't think, at this time. So that is an option. But, that SSD, one last thing I do want to mention before we sign off here, is the reason we need that high-end SSD is for games that can really utilize the full potential of the PlayStation 5, such as an example, Ratchet & Clank. You're going from world to world in those interdimensions. You can't do that without some sort of tech like the SSDs are offering and everything else within the system itself. you can't do that. So a lot of those loading times are really hidden behind other games. So if you notice those elevator scenes or long walking scenes, or they try to fake in narrative or story or this and that, or even like the Avengers game when you're going in elevators up and down, that's a hidden loading screen. So you're not noticing it's a loading screen, but it really is. So this allows for you to be instantaneous, and something I definitely welcome. So you're not waiting around. I hate waiting around in the elevators or next rooms. I know, first world problems, but waiting around forever, trying to get to the next scene, it kind of takes you out of the immersion and kind of lets you go, let's go. So, you know, this is all but nothing but good news, I think, in my book. But let me know your thoughts and opinions below. Check out the prices, fire CUDA. Also check out the deep specs of what you will need, so that way if you are part of the beta program, you are not buying the wrong type of SSD storage, okay? So definitely do your research and all that. It's not too hard to take apart the PS5 and all that and put it in, real simple. I've checked that out before. So aside from that, just make sure you get the right spec SSD, so that way you're not, you know, either out money because you damaged it trying to put it in, or damaged your system, or the fact you just have to return it and wait to get something else and get refunded. So just some PSAs there at the end. But without that, let me know again, like I said, in the comments below, your thoughts and opinions on this below. And let me know if you end up being part of the beta program. I would like to know, and let me know your thoughts and opinions there too. So without further ado, we'll sign it off for now. I appreciate everybody's support. Still at 106 subscribers. We can hit that 150. Let's get to that action. I know we can, word of mouth and everything else, but I do appreciate everybody's support. And we'll see everybody, unless something majorly breaks out in news, we'll see everybody next time, and the next stream. We'll make something happen tomorrow, and we'll see you next time on the next Xvault gaming video. And until then, everybody, take care.